Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at one of my highly anticipated figure, the 1989 Batman figure from Beast Kingdom. Right there, Beast Kingdom. Dynamic Action Heroes. And this is DAH-56. And the box looks fantastic. Look at how good it looks, the Batman. It's got a yellow symbol and everything. And on the back of the box it shows a couple of face interchangeable mouthpieces and all the accessories that it comes with, and let's get into it. Alright, and here we have Batman outside of packaging, and before we look at Batman, we'll take a look at the accessories first. It comes with the base, the rod, and a clamp. And then we have the line gun, and then we have an extra cowl. And then we have here is the arm extension thing, the hand extension piece. When he was battling one of the goons, the tower at the end, towards the end, and then we have the grapnel gun, the batarang, then the 3 ninja stars, and 3 these darts, and then here we have the car remote, and then this, I forgot what that is. I'm not quite sure familiar. And then we have a bunch of hands, anything you can think of for Batman to do. And also extra mouthpieces. Let's see if I can focus in on those mouthpieces. There's one, there's the other, and there's the third. Alright, so you might be thinking, hey, this looks to be a pretty decent looking Batman with potentials, but nope. This is another Batman that I am very disappointed of. Last year I was disappointed with the SHF Batman. That one was kind of, yeah, especially with the cape. This one, yeah, where do I begin? The cowl does not sit properly on the body itself, and the body itself is it doesn't look good. It does not look natural. Its body proportion is so weird, and the legs are not the same length, and cape, no, doesn't flow well, and everything about this figure just screams cheaply made, and yeah, so I am not happy with it. And this thing is not cheap either. It's 100 to 120, somewhere around there, depending on where you purchase it. But yeah, not a happy camper. Yeah, it's pretty much an instant regret for purchasing this one. Most likely I will end up customizing it somehow, because the body is just, yeah, no good. And yeah, look at the pants he has on. He's wearing panties, black panties. I don't know why. Yeah, and they try to mimic the costume from the movie, where the cowl is attached to the emblem and is separate from the chest piece. And it would have been nice if they had something that could attach it securely onto the chest plate, because here's what you're gonna see. You can see how far up this thing is raised against the body, the torso. You could heat it up with the hair dryer and soften it and try to push it down a little bit, but it won't stay down. And the cape doesn't flow well. Yeah, I tried flipping it over the cowl section, those little, yeah, those cowl flares, but it doesn't look good at all. It doesn't flow well. It's not heavy enough. It would have been nice if this thing was a little heavier. Granted that this material, this is a small scale figure, so the material they use is pretty thin, but it's not heavy enough where it could flow very well onto the body. And yeah, and they try to mimic the actual costume, where you have muscle pieces attached to a rubber suit. So it has a rubberized material fabric underneath. It is one of those that I could see it cracking down the line, because it is a very thin fabric. The undersuit is a very thin fabric, but it will I don't think it can handle a lot of dynamic poses over time. And this is the material. The panties he has on is the material they use for the undersuit, and I'm not a fan of it. And yeah, not a fan of them making this into an underwear piece for Batman, a black underwear piece over the thigh muscle piece. Then there's the knee muscle piece, then the boots. The boots separated here by the ankle as well, but yeah, the joints, yeah, they feel very cheap. Alright, so let us take a closer look at Batman. The head sculpt is okay. I mean, it does not look like Michael Keaton at all, but that's a decent looking cowl. But again, look at this piece. It doesn't stay put. Even if I try to push the cape down to the front, the way you want to do it now is flip it. So this is how it's supposed to look, I guess, and it looks okay, but it doesn't flow very well. You see here a bunch of stuff, and it creates corners and stuff. So normally people would push it all the way up over the cowl and then flip this piece back down. I mean, it looks decent right now, but it doesn't stay put. That's the thing. It's too rigid. The material is just, I know it's still a soft material for a cape, but it's still too rigid for it to hang well over a body here. So if you do it this way, you're gonna raise this chest emblem even further up. So yeah, and it doesn't sit well. Look at that, it flares out on the back. I mean, you could just pull it down or something, but okay, no, it does not look well. It does not look nice at all. So yeah, that's a shame. And then let me pop the head off and show you guys the body itself. So the cape is easily removable, just like that. And then if you look at the body now, it is not pretty looking. I wish the belt was maybe a little thicker and not so tight. It's at first it was sitting up here. It was even worse. I pushed it down a little bit just to give it a little, try to expand the belt a little bit in a way, but it didn't help at all. So I'm just going to push it back down a little bit to expose his abdominal section a little bit more. You can see they glued the body pieces onto a fabric suit underneath. You can see it right there. There's the back muscle piece. They glued it down, but yeah, longevity, I don't think the suit is gonna hold up. The undersuit is not gonna hold up. I don't think so. And then here you can see glue residue on the inside, and they didn't even glue it down that properly. You can kind of see right here. Yeah, so yeah, it's not worth $100, not worth over $100 for sure. Then articulation, it's somewhat limited due to the material they use. I'm praying that the Mezco Batman will look much better than this. If it's gonna be something similar to this, I'll be so disappointed. I've not gotten a really good '89 Batman out of anyone, any of these companies. Yeah. The NECA one is okay, but the head sculpt is so off though. Yeah, if it looked a little better, if it looked more like Michael Keaton, I would definitely be happy with that one. Still, that's a good 7-inch figure to have, or they also created a quarter scale one. So yeah, but back to this guy, it's no, yeah, it's no good. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The arms looks a little weird. Looks like they're too short or something. I don't think they are, because it's past the waist section is onto the thigh section. So I don't know if it's just proportion wise. something looks really off here on this figure. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's making it look really janky, really crappy and cheap for some reason. Yeah, because it would be cool if they added something to tap right here, so the cowl could add a little piece right here to tab it onto the body so it stays put, but it doesn't, so it flares out, so you usually see gap there, so it's just not pleasing to look at. Again, the head is okay. I like the head. I like the cowl itself. That piece is nice, but everything else just feels cheap. Even the weapons are cheap. Look at this, the line gun, this piece. If you squeeze it a little harder, it's gonna break on you, and it does extend out, so that's kind of cool, but it is a delicate piece. You gotta be really careful with it, and yeah, not a whole lot to it. And grapple gun is nice. I like this. It does not detach. Yeah, it doesn't come apart. It's two pieces put together, and it does not go on the belt either. So there's the body. Yeah, I think they need to redo the body. It's just weird looking. The proportion is just so weird, and it does not look like Michael Keaton's body at all. Yeah, it's cheap. Alright, then here's that second cowl, and he has eyes that are looking towards at an angle about right there, and here you can see inside the mouth section there's a little peg, and then I will just pick a mouth right here, and if you look in the back of the mouth, there's a slot right there, so you just need to push this in. And a lot of people, I've seen videos where people aren't pushing it all the way in, so it kind of sits out like this. It looks weird because it's not pushed in all the way. Once you push it in all the way, it does not look bad. Look at that. I think they could have made it a little further in too. I could have, if the mouthpiece could go in a little further, I think it would look even better. Just a tad bit more. But still, you can see he's looking at you right now. Kind of got a little smirk there. So yeah, that's cool. Again, I do like the cowls, but it's just the body and the material they use is kind of cheap. Let me put it back together. So here's that other head sculpt, the cowl with the mouth, with the smirking mouthpiece, and yeah, so yeah, not the greatest. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm disappointed with this. Yeah, emblem's nice. Cape, it looks nice though. The material, look at that. The pattern looks great on this Batman here. It fits. Looks like the material fits him perfectly, but then it just doesn't drape well. It's a little harder type of material, even though it's very thin. But it's more. It feels like more paper-like in a way. Yeah, it doesn't have that wavy fabric feel to it. Yeah, it felt like tissue paper in a way, where it kind of forms a shape where it rigids out a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't drape well. Yeah, if there's a material that fits well on this Batman, then I think he'll turn out much better. Then you could have it with the cape covering the body, then you wouldn't have to focus on the body proportion and all the other negative stuff about this Batman. But currently, with it having the cape like this, it doesn't look good, so you'll have to pull the cape back in order to review his body, and then you'll notice the body proportion is just not right, and then the ugly man panties that he's wearing, I don't know why. yeah, no good. Okay, here I pull the cape back, all the way back, and looks decent. Right now, he doesn't look that bad actually. Like this, just standing. If you're looking at it at this angle, he looks quite good. But once you move him around and start messing with him, then you'll notice that, yeah, feels cheap. Right, so here's what the back looks like now, with the cape all pulled back like that. And yeah, it just does not look well when it's over the shoulder like that. But yeah, let's go over articulation, okay? So I'm gonna pop the head off. Then for some reason this one doesn't stay on that well. It doesn't pop in. It doesn't have that clicky sound when you pop a head onto a body. This one is a little better. You feel the little click that goes into that socket joint, but with this one, it doesn't. You don't even know whether you're in or not for some reason. So yeah, that's a shame. So as far as articulation, even though this one has a ball jointed neck, there's no use for it because the cowl, it wraps all around the body, so there's no movement for the head whatsoever. And then as for the shoulders, it swings out, but it is hindered by the muscle suit, the shoulder pad that they have that's attached. And then it can swing out, the arm can swing out, but you are stretching the fabric material underneath, so be careful with that. You could probably go about 90, I would say that's about it. And then just look at that, it doesn't even glue down that well. It just doesn't look nice. And then the elbows can bend over 90 degrees. And then the wrist peg is on a ball hinge joint, but it is hindered by the gauntlets. Not a whole lot of movement with the arms because of the gauntlets. And so torso wise, you can see here I'm stretching the material. I mean, I'm separating the glue from the undersuit here, right here. Kind of see. So yeah. And then so waist wise, there's a little bit of movement right there. And then as for the legs, oh god, so cheap looking. Legs could raise up to about 90 degrees, but this underwear, just yikes, it's god awful. And then knees, double jointed. Oh, look at that, it goes all the way around. Ankles on a ball hinge joint, but it is on a loose side, so yeah. Then there's toes articulation as well. Bottom, the shoes, kind of dirty. They made it that way. So at the end of the day, is this figure worth getting? Really hard to say. Personally, I would not. I don't think it's worth the price tag that people are charging for this guy. Head sculpt does look nice. Again, this one, pretty nice. This way, I am okay with if your cape is pulled all the way back. And then, so again, I might end up customizing this. Not sure yet. Depends on whether I could find a better material for the cape. I want something that drapes really well, but then the underwear he's wearing, the man panties he has on, it's just, or the swim trunk or whatever you want to call this, is not pleasing to look at, because it you could definitely tell is on the outside of it. If they hit it so the thigh muscle piece thigh muscle piece would come over the panties, then maybe the shorts, whatever this thing, yeah, this pair is called. If it goes over, then maybe it'll look better, but right now, no, it does not. Does it bring attention to it? Yes, it does. You could really see it now. I mean, just like this, you could totally see it. It just does not look good. So overall, I don't think it's worth the price tag, and it makes me second guess whether I want to keep the pre-order for Joker either, because if this one is this bad, I don't know if the Joker is gonna be any better. I guess there's a possibility the Joker could be much better because he is wearing fully cloth outfit, so it hides the body proportion way more than this one, because this one is wearing a tight outfit with muscle suits, muscle pieces glued over. So hopefully the Joker would be better. I'm really praying that that one would be much better than this one, because right now this is not something that I care to keep. So, but we'll see. And yeah, but it does look kind of okay. I'm just standing like this. Let me add the base to see if it makes it a little any. Here it is on the base. Yeah, it does not make it any better. Yeah. And the cowl keeps popping off now. When I try to adjust the cape, the cowl keeps popping out from the socket. So yeah. Here's a comparison. We have 3.0 Iron Man and also Marvel Legends Cyclops. So you can see he towers over them because this guy is what scale is this? It's 1/9 scale. So yeah. And here we have Michael Meyer from NECA, and Beast Kingdom is still bigger. So yeah, it's not gonna fit in with anything in your collection. So there you go. There's Beast Kingdom, 1989 Batman, and yeah, not something I would recommend. Thanks for watching.